Hey, what's up, you guys? You're watching Team APS, and as many of you know, we're kind of in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Off-season right now. There aren't really a lot of events. We got a new set, but there's really not, regionals haven't started back up. There's not really a lot going on. So, we've brought you 5 things to do during the Yu-Gi-Oh! Off-season. Since, you're not going to events and traveling, really, there's some other cool things you can do to pass the time instead. I'm with my friend Chris, and we're just going to explain them a bit. So the first thing is pick up old cards.
Right now is a time where it's like you don't really know what's going to be the top decks coming out because we haven't had an event since Worlds, which was only a week, like last weekend, but still we haven't had any events.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of good to pick up old, in my opinion, old staples, I know I usually like to go back and pick up Maxis and Effect Veiler, stuff that you know that you're gonna
those
be able
cards,
to use.
They'll never be bad.
Yeah, they're never gonna be just unplayable in the game. So I think it's good to go back and pick up old stuff like that.
I'd say it's just all of the stuff from kind of that Duelist Alliance era. If you haven't gotten to play Fluffles or something, you always wanted to build it, or Ultra Athletes. So those kind of decks that just got Necross came out and these decks got irrelevant. Well, if you haven't had the chance to try those decks out, then, this is the time to try them. And, people aren't, people will probably trade it really easy and, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, just look to further sets to try and...
Yeah, kind of get a good idea.
Get a good idea of what's coming out, because a lot of times, decks that weren't good a month ago, they might become good with further sets. So look into that and then go back and then try to pick up stuff for good prices and
get some deck cores.
Build your collection up a little more.
Which brings us to the next point, which is up your rarities. Very good idea. Like I'm saying, people, this is kind of that period of time where no one, people are looking for Cosmos stuff or Clash of Rebellion stuff, but people in general aren't valuing things super high. Either they're holding on to their stuff tightly or they're just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
So if they're kind of whatever, then this is a good time for you to just, if you wanted the ulti version of something and
go for it.
This is the time to get it because once that tournament season starts,
because like you said, once the tournament season starts, it's gonna be it's gonna be harder to get higher rarity cards.
Yeah, everyone's
you probably been playing with a common or common MST.
Yeah, common Veiler.
Yeah, common Veilers and red Veilers and stuff like that. And you want to up those rarities now so your deck can look. Yeah. Your deck can look really decent. Which, in a lot of people's eyes, that's not really a big thing. But to some people it is. So.
Rarity whore.
Yeah, and then
this might be the best time.
And then at the end of the day, when you get ready to get rid of stuff, you have something that's of value because you actually took the time out to go out and find it at the right time and get it for the right price. So, at the end of the day, upping your rarity is not like I said, it's not for everybody, but
if you're into it,
go out and do that. It's the off season.
Time than ever.
So a lot of stuff you can find for pretty good prices, and some stuff is overpriced. But
this is probably the best you can hope for.
Yeah.
And our next point is build a fun deck.
True.
Because it's the off season. Why are you playing Necroz at your local still? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Why are you still trying to win every week with that? Just build Aqua Actress or something. I don't know. Is that what they're called? Aquactress?
I don't know.
Or Aqua. Just build something you don't know.
Call it Aqua.
Yeah. Build those or
Yeah, it's. Off season is a good time to have fun because everybody's not so into this wins. Of course, you're gonna pay attention to it because you want to know when the season comes back what is winning. But like I said, have fun. Experiment some. In my opinion, the way I look at it, you try to find the next broken thing.
Yeah, just have some fun.
Try to find the next broken thing, and it's the perfect time to do it during the off season because you don't have to worry about. Events coming up and you don't have to worry about play testing for those events. You can just play fun stuff because there are no events coming up.
Tech those weird things that weren't optimal because you were in regional season. Tech them. Just try out Necroz teching in Herald of Perfection.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would be stupid. But
yeah, but just fool around.
And again on that topic, that's not gonna be for everybody either. because like there's always gonna be like the tryhards that want to still like they will still want to play lacrosse like year round.
They'll never go.
And they want to just want to sack on everybody because it's the best deck in the game, but they're doing it for no reason because there's no point.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not really
points, so.
any points being given. I mean, there are points being given, but still, like
whatever. Yeah.
What are you planning for? We're having fun right now. It's off season.
And the next tip is get some supplies.
Yes.
I mean, technically you do this any time of the year, but you know, grab lots of sleeves. Grab like, you know, try to pick up mats you maybe wanted.
Yeah.
Cause like I feel like once the regional season starts, it's easy to get like forget that you've maybe even wanted to get that kind of stuff because you're more focused on like, okay, I really need to invest in this deck and like, you know, all these things and travel to these events, and you kind of forget like, oh, there's a cool playmat that you always wanted to get.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the time to like get that type of stuff, that cool deck box, so more sleeves, you know.
Yeah, like you don't have
new
to,
mat.
Yeah, like you don't have to worry about trying to go out and get the high price cards right now because you don't really need them right now.
Right.
So I mean, you can just like get supplies and just pick up stuff that you know you're gonna need throughout the Yu-Gi-Oh season. You know, when it's time to go out to events and stuff like that, you won't be there.
There's a guy at our locals. He picks up just like, or did, just bulk sleeves, like a bunch of white Ultra Pro. Just a box, and I think like he gets like 50 packs of them or something, and that's just his Ultra Pro sleeves for like the year basically, and it's a good idea really. So you can do it anytime, but why not do it now since you're not doing anything else?
Yeah, like I think the whole point of this is for us to just throw some things out there for you to go do in the Yu-Gi-Oh off season. Some stuff that's like not necessarily just related directly to the game, but you know, just go out and do stuff that's other than playing the best decks in the game, trying to build the best decks in the game.
For sure.
You know, so I mean, like I said, it's all like at the end of the day, it's all fine and dandy to want to build, you know, the good stuff and you know get the high price cards and stuff like that, but you know, have some fun in the off season. That's like my main point.
Speaking of fun, the last tip is play draft or tag or goat or something. You know,
take time out to go play these alternate Yu-Gi-Oh formats.
Yeah, they're more fun than you guys think.
And these alternate versions of Yu-Gi-Oh, like the guys at our locals that play the Deck Master, like
something like
it's
that.
Perfect time to learn that. Like no Yu-Gi-Oh is being.
Yeah, like the meta isn't advancing.
It's
right
it's
now.
not nothing major.
So play tag. So tag is fun.
Tag is real fun.
Tag is a good time. Like read the tag rules and like try to kind of like do something really crazy with that.
Yeah, and like he said, like you never played draft before. Draft is actually pretty
Sealed's
cool.
Yeah,
like,
Sealed's great.
It's pretty cool. Like take time to go out and play those games and have fun with them. You know, just
because once like the season starts up again. You know what I mean? Like people are just like regional. Like
you know,
net deck. You know,
the off season is just it's a big breath of fresh air because you can just get out and just experiment basically.
Yeah,
you know?
and especially this time around where we don't even know when we're gonna get a ban list, and you know,
we can seriously get a ban list before the next. I mean, like right before the next event, like day before
this video goes up for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, like we don't know what's gonna happen. So like, I mean, of course you want to be prepared for it, but in the same like, still have fun because I mean, you
don't get this time any other part of the year.
Exactly, we don't. Like Yu-Gi-Oh's, it's gonna be
back to business.
Yeah, it's like
soon.
back to business like in a month.
Yeah.
So I mean,
put your suit back on.
Have fun now. You know, I mean, you know, have fun at the events also.
Have fun anytime, but this is the time where, if no other time.
Yeah, if no other time, like, you know, breathe, breath of fresh air, you know, just have fun with the game and, you know, like take down those 5 tips and, you know, if you have some tips, you know, we want to hear them, so, you know, put them in the comments.
We will read, because, you know, there's all sorts of other things we probably could have included on the list. What do you do at your locals? How is your locals coping with the kind of like slow just trickle of news and releases and more like just kind of time to burn? Like is your locals doing some sort of new type of tournament, or like, you know, how are people trading more? Because I think it's kind of a better time to trade, stuff like that. So
nobody's really out here like holding on to stuff because they think it's gonna be good, unless it's like Cosmos or, you know, they holding on to the cross stuff or something like that. Like older stuff, like cheaper stuff, is not really. It's not really that hard to get right now. So just go out and
pick it up.
Pick it up.
So that's the video for today. Like we said, leave your thoughts on this in the comments. What are you doing during the off season. Also, check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. We stream live on Twitch sometimes, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, enter for a chance to win a core box in the description.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So later.